already were like trying to find ways to like leave our mark on the world, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And like Jada just came to me one day and was like, I really like fashion. Like we should get into clothing and shoes.
Welcome back, ladies, to Goals and Gold. We have today joining us Miss Jada and Miss Mya. Samaya is her full name, Mya for short, and Miss Jada on set today. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. How are you today?
Great.
Good.
Good, okay.
Today is
Let's start with telling us a little bit about yourselves. I know, Jada, I was initially linked to you through Princess. So that's how I came across you guys. And they actually do apparel and furniture design. So not just furniture design, you guys, apparel as well. So tell us a little bit about how you guys got started. Whichever one of you wants to get started, Jada or Mya.
Oh, okay, so basically, we already were like trying to find ways to like leave our mark on the world, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And like Jada just came to me one day and was like, I really like fashion. Like we should get into clothing. And she specifically said like swimsuits, and I was like, oh yeah, because when we go browsing, we don't see a lot of like swimsuits that like, I don't know, would fit like, I don't know, our type of style per se, or yeah. Like
Okay.
we see stuff for like maybe older women, maybe skinnier women, maybe just nothing specifically targeted towards our type of audience. So we said, why don't we get out there and do it ourselves?
Yes, I love that. And so how long have you guys been in business?
Well, it officially started in February, but the idea came along December.
Okay. Okay. And like what brought the idea along?
Well, see, for a while I was in Texas at college, I was doing a lot of networking,
Okay.
and we ran into I ran into a lot of people that had their own businesses, did a lot of marketing. A lot of different famous people like Devon Franklin came out and spoke with Megan Good.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just real inspiring to see that you don't have to be just one thing, because originally I was like, okay, medicine, that's what I'm doing, that's what I'm sticking to, nothing else. And I was like, well, I really like business, I want to get into it. And I seen my sister start her own real estate company, and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
wow, okay, I need to really just take this initiative to just go ahead, start. I'm like, well, I like fashion, so why not? So I'm like, yeah.
Oh, we were always passionate about fashion. If you want to be honest, when we were little, we used to sneak in my basement and like try on a bunch of clothes and pretend we were modeling. Like we grabbed like the pipes in the basement and like do poses, and it was just fun. But we were always passionate about fashion.
Okay.
I just didn't really start taking it serious until high school, and I noticed like everybody dressed so different.
And then that's when you were like, yeah, this is something I like.
Whereas for me, I was like, let me try to dress different from everybody else on purpose.
Okay, so kind of like opposites almost.
Yeah.
Opposites attract, so that works. Okay. And then tell us about like present day. So that kind of brings us to where we are now. You guys had the idea in December of 17?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Exciting. So February of this year was the official launch.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And tell us a little bit like details on what you all offer specifically. I know I told them earlier it's apparel and furniture design. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, so right now we're only doing the furniture, the customized furniture designs with like fur stools. You know how like a lot of women order vanity sets. So that's what we focus on, like those type of pieces for now. And then with the clothing side of it, the apparel side, we're just going to start with swimwear for. So we're working on it right now, getting ideas together.
I love that.
You know, as the seasons go, launch new things.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's
okay.
what we plan to do. Go along as the seasons change.
So if I was looking to order or I wanted to inquire or anything, how am I contacting you guys? You ladies.
Yeah. Well, we have a Gmail account, hiddenagynda@gmail.com. And we also have the Instagram page, hidden_agenda. And we also have a web page, a website that they could go through called, it's www.hiddenagynda.com. So yeah, they could go through there too to order. And we also have this app that we downloaded called Etsy. And it's like a page where a lot of people promote their business and put their
It's like the handmade products, right?
yeah,
Yep.
people sell a lot of handmade stuff on there. So we got that page too.
Yeah, because our stools are handmade.
Custom. So yes, I love that.
make
So
sure
you
you-
that you're reaching out. Follow, like, share, subscribe. You just heard me say this. You're going to hear me say this in every single video. All of those things, right, like, share, follow, subscribe. Right, none of those things require money, okay? Obviously, we need you to support the business for us to stay up in business, so you guys take that a step further and then you patronize them. But you start by liking, sharing, and following. And even if you're not in the market for the product, that's why we share, because your auntie, cousin, uncle, brother, sister, nephew, niece might be in the market for it. So, okay, that's how we make sure we get the word out.
Okay, the first tip I want to say is never give up. I know you hear that a billion times, but that's only because it's true. Is you never really lose until you give up. Once you give up, it's over. But if you keep at it, if you keep trying, you stay dedicated, there's no way you can lose because it's not over yet. Another tip I want to say is never be afraid to be yourself. Like, it doesn't matter, like, to me, it never used to matter, like, if everybody used to tell me, like, they didn't like my lipstick, for instance. Like, as long as I like that lipstick, I'm going to keep wearing that lipstick.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing it for anybody else. I'm wearing it for me. So you should do what you do for you and not for anybody else. You never really are going to be comfortable with yourself. Be your own motivator. Like, sometimes some people might say, like, I really don't like to hear people say, like, oh, you know, I wish I had the type of support you have, or I didn't really have that much support and that's why I didn't do this. But it's never, to me, there's no excuse not to get out and do what you want to do. Like, you can motivate yourself. Like, you don't need anybody behind you. Like, I'm my biggest motivator. Like, as long as I feel like I'm doing good, and nobody can tell me anything else.
And that means no one can take it from you too. So like,
So first tip that I would give is to network. How I said earlier, like, I was interested in medicine. I had reached out to a program that was actually in my high school, and what they did was look through to see if they had any internships or anything going on, and that landed me a big opportunity to do an internship at Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital that's downtown Chicago, and shadow different doctors, oncologists, gynecologists, obstetricians, different doctors, and learn different medical terms just because that's what I was interested in at the time as well. And while I was in Texas, I also had reached out to the president. I'm like, Prez, you know, I really want to get into doing business, but I'm also interested in medicine. He was like, oh, I could hook you up. You know, I got some opportunities for you. He was like, I got a lot of things coming, and I could work that out for you. So I think that you should never be afraid to reach out to people, or even just shoot an email to somebody you may be following on Instagram, or whatever it is. You could, you know, hit them up and ask them, like, you mind if I come shadow you for a day, or you mind if I shadow you for a week, or do you have any type of internships going on? You know, whether it's paid or unpaid, you're passionate about it, so you should be willing to take forth the take initiative to get involved in what you're passionate about. A second tip, I would probably say, be selfless. Don't go into it with bad intentions. Have a good intention, not to just help yourself, but help others as well. Kind of like what Goals and Gold is doing. I really like that they're doing that, because it's not just about building their network. It's about also building Black women in the process, because we already know that just being Black and a woman, just two judgments right there on top of each other. So it's really inspiring.
In the future. So by this point, everyone should be following you, and they'll be able to stay up to date on all things Hidden Agenda. But what are some things that you guys are working on? I know we talked about the swim line, but outside of that, maybe even longer term goals, maybe.
Well, one thing that we are working on after we release the summer swimwear, we were thinking about doing a pop-up shop, and maybe involving maybe 2 more other business women who sell some things, and put together a walk show. Even though it's the pop-up shop, we'll put together a evening walk show, and we show off our products, and people come watch, look, and they can also purchase if they would like. And then even further after that, eventually as it grows, get bigger, I have a sister that stays in Virginia, and one is in Florida right now. So they were also going to pitch in and basically invest with Hidden Agenda, and try to open up storefronts out there for me too. So that was nice.
So exciting.
Even one out here. So I'm looking forward to that. That might not be soon, but
no, that's why we're building.
Term.
That is why we're building. I love that. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited.